All right, get ready, because today we're taking a deep dive into Puravive. It's a weight loss supplement that's making some pretty bold claims about, melting away the stubborn pounds. Their
Yeah.
website is slick, I'll give them that, and packed with testimonials and all these claims about exotic nutrients. But uh, you know what they say, if it sounds too good to be true?
Right.
Well, it probably is.
Yeah.
And that's where this deep dive comes in. We're going beyond the hype, digging into the research, the articles, even those user reviews you sent. And let me tell you, even I'm curious about this one. Their big thing is this whole brown fat discovery, right? They're even calling it a fat shrinker. I mean, seriously, who comes up with this stuff?
I know, right? It does sound a little out there, like
Mm-hmm.
something you'd see in a sci-fi movie or something.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Brown adipose tissue, or BT, it's a real thing. Scientists have actually known about it for a while, and it does burn calories faster than regular fat.
Okay, so it's not totally made up, but what's the connection between this BT and, like, actually taking a supplement like Puravive?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
The Puravive website, they link to this study published in Nature Medicine. And this study, it found a correlation between lower levels of BT and a higher body mass index, or BMI.
Wait, hold on. Correlation, causation. Isn't that like the classic trap people fall into?
Exactly. It's like that whole thing. Remember that study a while back,
Huh.
of, eating ice cream being linked to getting sunburned?
Oh, right.
Does that mean ice cream causes sunburns? Of course not. It's just that both of those things, they're more likely to happen during summertime.
Okay, that makes sense. So just because people with lower BAT might be more likely to have a higher BMI, it doesn't mean that low BAT is the cause. But how about this? Puravive's claiming it can actually boost your brown fat. That's where these so-called exotic nutrients come in, am I right?
You got it. So they've got 8 ingredients listed, and they all claim to, like, crank up your BAT levels.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, like quercetic and ginseng, they've actually shown a little bit of promise in some studies.
It's a little promise. So does that mean I need to stock up on ginseng?
Well, not so fast. Here's the thing, and this is where it gets interesting. A lot of those studies, they were really in the early stages. We're talking petri dishes, lab rats, not real people yet. And another thing, the dosages they used were often way higher than what you would actually find in, like a bottle of Puravive.
So it's like saying like one single chocolate chip will like cure your sweet tooth just because someone wrote like a whole dissertation about the mood boosting effects of chocolate.
That's all about scale. There was one study on quercetin where they used 500 milligrams per day. Puravive! It's
Yeah.
only got like 50 milligrams per serving.
Hmm.
Makes you wonder about some of these other ingredients, too.
Oh, you mean like the Amur cork bark? I've never even heard of that.
Oh,
Is that like some rare Amazonian tree bark or something?
right. It does sound pretty exotic, doesn't it? Amur cork bark, it actually has some history in traditional medicine. But when it comes to weight loss, let alone this whole boosting bee thing, the research on it is, how do I put this? About as thin as a wafer cookie. And that goes for several of the other ingredients on their list, too.
So maybe we shouldn't be so quick to judge just because these ingredients sound like they belong in like, some fancy rainforest smoothie or something.
Right.
But I mean, even if they are natural, that doesn't automatically mean they're good for you, does it?
You're hitting on a really important point.
Yeah.
It's like that old saying, just because something's natural doesn't mean it's good for you. I mean, think about it. Poison ivy, totally natural, not something you want to be putting in your body.
True. Very true.
And even if something is generally safe on its own, the dosage can make a big difference, right? And then you have to think about how it interacts with other things you might be taking, medications, even just your individual body chemistry.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's easy to forget that even natural stuff can have like side effects or interact with other things. Although I do have to give Puravive a little bit of credit here. They do encourage people to talk to their doctor before starting,
Oh, absolutely.
which is always good advice, no matter what supplement you're considering.
100%.
Uh-huh.
And speaking of things that sound good, let's talk about those glowing testimonials, the ones plastered all over the Puravive website.
Oh, yeah.
We've all seen them, right? The before and after pictures, the ecstatic claims about dropping dress sizes. It's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
It really draws you in.
Oh, yeah. Those testimonials are like, they're full-on stories, right?
Yeah.
People saying that Puravive was like a total game changer for them. But isn't that marketing 101? Carefully curate the most positive stories, you know what I mean?
Right, exactly. And here's the thing, and this is crucial to remember. Testimonials, they're anecdotal, right? It's one person's experience, which may or may not have anything to do with the product itself. There are just so many variables when it comes to something like weight loss.
Oh, totally. Like maybe someone started exercising more or they changed their diet without even realizing it, and they just happened to be like attributing their success to the supplement when
Exactly.
it was really like, all those extra salads they've been eating.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And let's be real, companies, they're not exactly incentivized to highlight the stories of people who didn't see any changes or even worse, had negative experiences.
Yeah, right.
Right.
That's a good point. Okay, that makes total sense. But they do offer that 180-day money-back guarantee. Surely they wouldn't do that if they weren't like confident in the product, right? Yeah, I mean, a money-back guarantee, it does make you feel a little more secure, especially when you're trying something new and you're not sure, like, if it's going to work or not. It's like they're saying, hey, we believe in this so much, try it. You've got nothing to lose.
Oh, it's a brilliant marketing tactic, no doubt about it.
Mhm.
Not only does it, project this image of confidence, but it also kind of takes away that risk for the buyer.
Right, right.
If they don't get those amazing results, no big deal. They can just
Uh,
get their money back easy peasy.
but doesn't that also mean that people are more likely to try it in the first place? Whether it actually, like, lives up to the hype or not.
Exactly. And here's the thing about these money-back guarantees. Return rates. They don't always tell the whole story. Yeah, some people, they might not even bother returning a product, even if it's a total dud.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they're just too busy, or they think, it's not worth the hassle.
Right. Or maybe they've been using it for a while and they've kind of convinced themselves that it's working. They don't really want to admit defeat and go through that whole return process.
It's true, there's definitely a psychological aspect to it. And then on the flip side, you've got people who are seeing results. But those results, they might not be because of the supplement itself. Maybe they've also made some other changes in their life, like they're eating healthier or they started exercising more, but they're attributing all those positive changes to the supplement.
So it's like a big tangled web.
Yeah.
Hard to tell what's really doing the trick. So, okay, we've really gone deep on this one. We've talked about the science, or at least what we know of it, the ingredients, those glowing testimonials, that money-back guarantee. What's the verdict on Puravive?
Well, I think the most important thing to remember here is we're not saying Puravive definitively does not work.
Yeah.
But based on all the evidence we've looked at, it seems like, their marketing might be getting a little ahead of the actual science.
Yeah.
Some of those ingredients, they might have potential, but the research is still in its very early stages.
It's a good reminder that we should always, always be cautious about products that promise, like, those miracle results, right? No matter how tempting it seems.
Absolutely. And, this whole deep dive into Puravive, it's a perfect example of why it's so important to, approach these health claims with a critical eye.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just skim the headlines or, get swept away by those glowing testimonials. Dig a little deeper, look for credible research, and most importantly, talk to your doctor or registered dietitian. They can really help you make informed decisions about your health and wellness.
Totally. Because at the end of the day, your health is your own personal journey. And hey, maybe this deep dive will inspire you to do a little digging of your own on other products or health trends you're curious about. Knowledge is power, right?